And
Hello.
doesn't now we're
Hello.
connected. We're connected.
Hello.
Is there anybody out there?
Up.
Wilmington.
There we go. All right.
Good move, Rachel.
She didn't say anything. What the heck?
Exactly.
All right.
Don't encourage
Well,
She's just shaking her head like.
we're old school today, and we're blaming it on the Iranian. What'd they call those guys yesterday?
it. He keeps forgetting hacking.
hack- Yeah, but
Hacker.
hacktivists.
Activist.
I never heard that term until yesterday.
Yeah.
Hacktivist. So the Iranian hacktivists have got in our network. That's what we're saying anyhow. That's our story, and we're sticking to
It
it.
makes an interesting story, though, Charlie.
Yes,
doesn't
it does.
It adds to our lives.
So, but anyhow, we're here.
And
We're
they also changed Tom Breckel's meeting schedule because he was supposed to be in today, and
Yeah.
they changed it, telling him he's got a meeting today
Yeah.
somewhere else.
We're supposed to have Tom Breckel today, and Mr. Diet Coke can't make it today, but he's going to come Monday. So that's all right. We'll take him Monday. Now, tomorrow we should have, definitely Uncle Punky has already confirmed for tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. So he'll be in the house. And Travis is not unconfirmed. So I would assume.
Uncle Punky's joined the narcissist
Uncle
club. He's
Punky
getting-
loves
He's
it.
getting quite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's been bitten.
I don't know if this is good or not, though, because Uncle Punky's wife sent me a friend request yesterday. I accepted it, but it's like,
Well, Charlie, whose fault is that? You accepted it.
Well, yeah,
You're
no,
supposed
that's
to,
all right.
You're supposed to say, nah,
Yeah, I'll take
I'll
it.
sit on that
I
one
want
for
her
a
to
little
come in
while.
as a guest. I want her to come in as a
Keeping
guest.
an eye on him or what?
You think?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, she's always
He
keeping
must
an
be
eye
doing
on
too
him.
much fishing.
Yeah, he's doing something on it. Nah, he's a good guy. Gotta like Marky Michael.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, if you're on, please share the show today. And you're just getting the mic from the camera, which is only about 4 or 5 feet away, so that's not bad. But yeah, the gremlins are at work here. I don't know what's going on. That's not my department. When I do these lives, I just run off my phone anyhow.
Right. So you don't.
So this isn't any big deal with me. Got my wife on today because Tom didn't make it, and
I spent all last night reloading the iPad.
yep,
Probably didn't
Jerry
need
Bear, Rick, Jerry Keplinger's watching. Jerry Keplinger's watching. Jerry Keplinger's watching.
Well, that's pretty standard there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
You're the
there.
one I'm showing watching. I got 5 showing up top, but I've got you as the only one watching down here in my comments.
Yep, I've got to get on the right page. I'm glad I looked at that. I thought they just had an anniversary.
So Charlie's also got the wrong date. He's going to be reading this
No,
day
I'm
in
good.
history, and it's last
June
year.
25th, right? That's what it is today, right?
All day.
All right.
Charlie
Weather-wise.
Harper and Leonard Shore are watching.
Leonard's watching. See, Leonard didn't even pop up on mine. Leonard, when do you want my hearse? Leonard's Auto Repair. They're in Sabino, Ohio. He probably won't do anything this week, I'd say. So freaking hot. Zonnie, who's been on the show before, Zonnie Hoffer, I don't know if you guys saw it or not last night, but I put a bunch of pictures of his new Softail Harley. It's a beautiful bike. It's like a teal and white. It's old school. It's got the wide whites on it, the big shield in front. It's a nice bike. If you get a chance, check it out on my page, Zonnie Hoffer. Great. They're calling, I guess, maybe for some rain today. Have you heard that or not?
I don't know.
Pop-up
did we have rain
showers.
yesterday.
You know,
Yes, we
we
did.
didn't. No, we didn't.
Rain last night?
Oh.
We did
Cincinnati.
not have rain in Blanchester while we were there. When we drove through Wilmington, we saw it had rain.
It was pouring here.
And then when we got to Sabina, it hadn't rained.
Never rained at home.
Yeah, so
But it rained during the game at Cincinnati.
it's hit
But
Hit and
the
miss.
Reds won again.
The Reds won again,
In
beat the
extra
Yankees.
innings.
Yep.
I tell you, they owned the Yankees.
Yep. The Yankees don't like them too well. Damn, Rick, what are we seeing up here? We got a screen. All it is
Hello.
on the women.
These are from that show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find our show. Let's see if this is it. That was
I was going to say if all
Vicky
those
Kendall, how you
if all
doing?
those are on Let's Get Personal, I may have to reconsider. what I don't
Yeah, you may have to come back on there now.
Yeah, that's what that's from. But I
Dang.
still have to get today's show.
Today's show. You got it. Right there it is.
No, that's yesterday's show.
Oh, it is. Yeah, Jerry's got that funny hat on.
And you don't wear a Reds jersey, Joe.
No, I got the yellow on
This is
today.
better anyway. This is better.
Yeah, I have to remind myself I've got a granddaughter that's 35. So, oh, she's
Doesn't mean
34.
anything to
Don't
me.
make it any worse. Will it?
What's that mean?
I was gonna say it means
What's
nothing.
that? What's that
I,
mean? Is she single? Rick's available.
but yeah,
Yeah, I'm taking orders for the 30s.
Markets soared yesterday because supposedly we have a ceasefire. That was supposed to be last night, and they got to work on their terms. But there's a ceasefire between Iran and Iraq.
I've got a question.
Iran and Israel. Jeez. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
How long do you think that ceasefire will last?
Couple days.
I'll be honest with you.
I didn't think it lasted
Seriously.
already.
I don't think it even got off to a good start. Good morning, Joanne.
Well,
Good morning,
Trump-
Vicky.
Trump ripped both their butts
Yeah.
yesterday. You know, he even dropped, which I said that yesterday, he dropped the F-bomb on them. You know, they don't know what
They
they're
said
doing.
that politicians more and more are cussing now.
Yes.
Just outwardly cussing.
Well, you know
They
why.
They think that it.
The
doesn't-
Democrats are allowing that because every time you see the Democrats, they're doing what? F Trump, F Trump. I mean, every time it gets old, it's like, come up with a new line. But the markets did soar. They also, and this is part of my news, that they said that maybe these rockets didn't get down to the facilities they were
Yeah.
supposed to. Now, I don't know if they did or didn't, but at least it's going to put them behind at
Well,
least several months, if not
would seem
years.
the reason that, let's say that it didn't get down
Right.
as deep as it. What did it do to all that rock and dirt
Right.
from the top to down there?
Right.
How are you going to still get down there? You're going to have to dig new tunnels or whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's at least several months behind.
They said they thought that it set theirs back maybe 3 years at least.
Yeah, 3 years, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
I think Iran got hit pretty hard, and when they became aware of how bad, they are grasping for a lifeline. I think so too. And that's from our guest today, Tom Breckle. How you doing, Tom?
He's not our guest today.
I'm just teasing. And I don't know how we got that screwed up because he has a board meeting, but I had him written down in my book. But he's going to come in Monday, and that's always fun. We even all ordered Coke today for you, Tom. Dang. What do you think, Tom? See, that's why we need you in here. Because we want to know if this, what we call it, hacking? Hacktivist. Is this Iran hacktivist? Are they, is this a real thing or is that just BS?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys think it's a real thing or?
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
doing.
Yes.
I mean, countries are hacking.
Everything.
Yeah, all the time. They're always, probing and looking for weaknesses, whether it's the grid or whether it's,
Coke Zero, Tom. Coke Zero.
But this is one of the things you got to put up with whenever you start becoming popular internationally. Their show just somebody's wanting to hack us.
That's true.
That's right.
Now that we are a nationally syndicated show.
Yeah, nationally syndicated. That's right.
As per Uncle Punky.
they're
Uncle
wanting
Punky. Yeah, well, and Doc's dogs.
Yeah,
there you
they're
go.
trying to come after the parent company of Let's Get Personal.
That's what it is.
Well, that might be it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's real and going on now. So Matt Beamer, Reds win. Is that why the Reds are winning also? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that is kind of bizarre.
Google and Apple and some other company got hacked
go.
a couple days ago.
Well, so you think that
Yeah.
you think that if that's the case, companies like Spectrum or networks are not getting hacked, or not having problems, or not having, things going on with their networks, and we're probably experiencing some of that ourselves.
Matt Beamer, you need to come up and be on the show one day. That'd be fun. We haven't talked in a while. Let me know. Let me know. We had Jerome Powell, Mr. Photogenic himself, in at the.
He's a nice looking guy, isn't he?
He's a
Very-
uglier than a mud fence.
Very,
Anyhow,
very smart looking man.
he was in talking to Congress yesterday, and the word is that it looks like October they may cut interest rates.
There's
Probably not going to happen in July.
There's too much pressure that they're getting, besides the fact that
September.
other federal chairmen in other parts of the country are saying, yes, we do need to decrease rates. So he's getting a lot of pressure even from his fellow Fed people. But what they're saying is he's still blaming tariffs. It's the thought that tariffs might still,
Yeah.
but actually tariffs have taken less pressure off the economy
Right.
and boosted it. So he's but I think that he's a closet liberal anyway, so he's doing whatever he can to keep Trump from scoring too many victories.
Yeah, I think it is more political, and I think he's just as political as Trump.
Absolutely. Plus, I think that it makes him, it exposes him to the political activist that he really is, as far as because he'd be lowering rates if this was Biden, or if this was Obama, or if this was Bill Clinton or someone else.
Clinton County Emergency Management Agency, Iranian-backed hackers have targeted U.S. banks, defense contractors, and the oil industry. No widespread disruptions or impacts to critical infrastructure. One thing that you
Did it
got
say anything about Wake Up Wilmington there?
one thing that you got me though the other day is when you sent out that thing about that everybody, it's like a terror warning almost.
Oh, yeah.
Which that was interesting.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that. Get used to the word Mondani.
The new mayor of New York City? maybe?
Well, he's not the mayor yet. He just won the primary.
Well, he's like in your stage. He's on his way, Charlie.
He beat.
Oh, wait a minute. Were we not supposed to announce your run for mayor of Sabina?
I'm not yet. I'm not. I just picked up petitions. That's all.
Okay.
So difference between running and picking up
And
petitions.
your lovely wife is thinking about
About
being
running for
on
council. And
So
she,
we're going to have quite the political power there in Sabina.
well,
I
I
might
mean,
even be able to get some good.
Jerry,
Foo and
Jerry, 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 Jerry.
I don't know.
Everybody-
I don't
everybody
know if
needs
I
to-
could take
I
it
don't
if you
live in
guys were all
Sabina.
in politics.
No,
you know how
no.
much I hate politics.
Jerry, Jerry, everybody needs to get on. And everybody in Louisiana, you need to call Jerry or get on the show. Call Jerry and say, Jerry, run for mayor.
Judy's
Jerry,
Jerry,
run for
It's the
mayor.
devil. Resist it. 666. Watch it. Be
Jerry,
careful. They're
run
tempting.
for mayor. Jerry, run for mayor.
I'm good with Judy being a mayor.
The first family of Sabina. There you go, Matt Beamer. Yeah. We'll see what happens. When I did the council thing, my plan was not to run for mayor. And I told Danielle that. I said, I just want to be here to help support you. But since Tapegate,
Spoken like a
no, wait a
true
minute.
politician.
Since
I'm not going to run for mayor, but now that I'm on council, I'm going to
no,
run
no,
for mayor.
no. Since Tapegate,
Yep.
Oh,
since
Yeah.
Tapegate, I've had literally a dozen people probably come up to me and said, "Hey, you need to run for mayor."
Yep.
So since Tapegate,
Because you vowed you will keep the water on no matter what, right?
well, yeah,
Yeah.
because you know what? Someone made a great point to me the other day, and I was dumb. I'll admit. That's the other thing about being a leader. You admit when you forget or do something dumb. You know what? It might be you that told me this. We don't have to shut their water off. All we do is just put it on their taxes.
Yes.
Just put it on their taxes. Then whenever they get ready to sell or get ready, they can't do anything until
Well,
they
they're
pay
renting.
that.
How does that work?
You put it on the landlord's taxes. The company that owns whoever the
So now
ownership
you've got
is.
the companies pissed off.
Well, they know they've made us mad because they owed thousands of dollars. But I will say this: they were paying back. They owed I think they're like 5,000, over 5,000 in the hole. But
Well, I mean, ultimately, isn't it the
they're-
company's responsibility
Right.
to pay for the water
Right,
anyway?
it is,
They're
it
supposed to
is.
charge their
So-
tenant. If they don't get it from their tenant, then kick them out.
they get it from the tenant because most of this is all subsidized. So here's the deal: just the landlord wasn't paying his bills. That's what it comes down to.
So technically, she was kind of right, and that is that she shouldn't worry about it because it's the landlord's responsibility.
It is, but there's no reason to shut off.
But
the
who
people-
turned it off?
Hang on a minute. No one's turned it off.
Oh.
There's no reason to turn off everybody that thinks they're paying their bill and their rent. And just because this bozo's not doing it, I'll call him a bozo. But guess what? You want to play a game? That's fine. We're going to start giving you late fees. We're going to start putting it on your taxes. You know, you will get, that money will come back eventually. It might not be right away.
Well,
but we'll
because
get that money
obviously
back.
property owners have to protect their property, and if they're not paying their tax, if they're not paying for the water, they're going to pay it in taxes one way or another. They got to pay something.
Right. Yeah, they will have to pay it one way or the other. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, comrade.
Was it you
No.
told me that? Somebody, and when they told me that, I'm like, duh, because I just forgot about that. That's something you
The
just
only
put on
person
your
that can turn the
taxes.
water off anyway is the city, isn't it?
Right.
So
Oh, but people try to, yeah.
Well, I mean, I can see they try to turn it on. They don't try to turn it off.
Right. Well, if you can turn it on, you can turn it off.
Yeah.
No, the city would be the one that
But
turns
either
it
way,
off.
that's a felony.
But we don't. I'm of the opinion, as long as they're working and getting it paid back up, there's no. See, this is different. This is different than just a single homeowner, because you do have all these people that think they've paid their water bill. You know, you got 50 apartments out there that thinks they paid their water bill, and the dude that's supposed to be paying the water bill is not. So yes, you go after him, but I
Well, it's
can't
sort of-
see
it's sort of like
penalizing everybody else
It's like an
because of this
employer that
wonderful.
collects taxes,
It
but
doesn't.
doesn't file.
Yeah, exactly.
But doesn't file it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the landlord can possibility could almost be prosecuted.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure there is
Yes.
a legal statute that they would be violating that
Yes.
would be criminal and not just you know,
Yes.
civil.
They've definitely got civil cases.
But to care if your residents have water or not, well, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, you gotta,
That's a main source of your little pyramid of needs.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
It's-
you need
gotta have
that.
food, you gotta have shelter,
Gotta have water.
got your phone. No, I'm just kidding.
Your phone. needs
I
to
thought
do
I
that.
thought they said you gotta have a Hargrave phone. It's now
That's
not.
right,
It's
yeah,
no
the
longer an
Hargrave
Obama
phone,
phone.
that's
It's a
right.
Hargrave phone.
Yeah.
That's right.
Brought to you by
Yeah,
Charlie and
no.
Rachel Hargrave.
Matt Beamer said, "You can do it, Charlie. Make Savannah great again,
That's right. That's right.
and water."
I need to get some hats, don't I?
Yep.
Yeah, let's see, how do we do that?
MSGA.
Isn't that what they put in Chinese food?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That,
You
that's,
gotta do that.
that's about funny enough. I may have to get a dozen.
Make
Here we
Savannah
go.
great again.
Here we go.
What color is your hat gonna be?
Red.
Red or blue.
It's gotta be
I'm
red.
thinking blue.
Yeah,
red
blue's
or
dumb.
blue.
Actually, you know what?
You gotta do something that
Purple. That way we accept both red and blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's true, and you love
Yeah.
purple anyway.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because you dye your hair purple.
Well, I was telling
wear
the
purple
people out at the board,
Crocs.
I was telling the people out at the Board of Elections yesterday, about how you guys call me the closet liberal on here. And that made them both happy because one's a Republican, one's a Democrat, the heads of it. And they said, well, we're all purple in here. I said,
Sure they are.
that sounds good to me. I'll be purple as well. I love purple anyhow.
Purple's a good color, Charlie.
Yeah.
I have
Especially
to
on
call
you.
Nancy today.
Not on me, but on you.
MSGA. That's great. I like that. Wonder if I get sued over that.
Probably.
No, I would get
No.
sued. Trump wouldn't sue me since I'm a Trump lawyer.
Well, you're closet liberal. He might.
If I'm purple,
He's trying to weed you guys
if
out.
I'm purple.
You rhinos.
Yeah. I'm not, whatever. With this heat, people need showers. Yes,
Yes.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Yeah, that is criminal if you can't
Absolutely.
take a
do.
shower.
What do you think, Matt
I
Beaver?
noticed that
Purple?
yesterday after I mowed.
Purple.
I needed a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I took
Well,
one this morning.
instead of Jerry becoming mayor of New Vienna, he's decided he will become your campaign manager for you and Rachel.
There you go. You can come to Sabina. There you go. And, oh, that'd be fun. Can you imagine us four on the council? There'd be a lot of stuff getting done.
Why are
Yeah.
you dragging me into this?
Because
Hey, you're as political as anybody
you're
I
more
know.
political,
I'm
yeah.
not going to stick my neck out there in front of these crazy people that come in there wanting all this shit done.
If you're there to help, that's all that matters. That's the whole thing about this.
Yeah, I had.
Charlie, this is my help. This is my help to humanity.
And you're welcome.
It's doing this show
I don't.
for the masses.
I like when people disagree with me. I learn stuff usually. I mean, I like it.
I had a phone call yesterday from.
Now, how would that change? For instance, let's say you become mayor of Sabina.
Mm-hmm.
How would that change what you could or you couldn't, or what you would say on the air if you were doing a show? Is this like
I don't
Jerry?
think it would
Is
change
this like
much.
Jerry Springer 2?
Oh, it didn't change him, Eddie.
We got our own little Jerry Springer here in Wilmington, or
No.
actually it'll be Washington Courthouse.
Well, that's not good. Don't be. Well, see, that'll be out of the county anyhow.
That's,
You're kicking me out of the county. so-
that is a good point, Charlie. It won't be as much heat because you'll be in
out of the
Fayette
county.
Yeah. Maybe I'm doing a favor here to the world.
Well, I also talked to the health department yesterday. Because remember, they were real interested when we talked to them at the Aging Up Center. And the health department, they might be interested in taking a day a month.
That would be good.
Yeah,
Yes.
to come in. Yeah, and she's actually from Fayette County, the girl who
Well, I mean,
runs
the
it.
other thing that would be good is if we could start doing those kinds of scheduling in both markets
Yeah.
as we get going. Because-
Well, Clinton County Health Department wouldn't do that, but
what's that?
But we could get Fayette County Health Department over
We need to get Paws in here and let them explain what they
Well,
do with
Rick-
animals.
Rick-
and
Well,
stuff.
if the health
Rick
department in each county would come in and
That'd
be
be
on the
great.
shows, and then if people want to see that, they can either watch the other show or we could actually stream them both.
there. Well, and that's the thing. It's, if we do the Wake Up Washington Courthouse, which we think will happen eventually, but with all our internet problems, who knows?
Yeah, we got to get that figured out.
If we figure that
Well,
out,
the first thing is to get fiber down here and not rely on the network here at the Murphy.
you can watch each show still because you can watch one live, one tape delayed.
Right.
If you want to watch both.
Actually, once again, there will be conceivably parts of both shows that
Together.
will show. Yeah, that will actually.
That'll be like one, like not necessarily a whole show, but maybe one day a week, the first half hour, 45
Yeah,
minutes.
parts like if we get an interesting person that is in Fayette County, they come into your show, they're on your show, and then Jerry is, we're streaming it to both these, and vice versa. There will be people, and that will make it easier to schedule, because now we've got both markets to get interesting people.
Right. Oh, that's funny. I got to do these hats. I can't get these hats off my head.
Yeah, Charlie's already excited. He's about ready to leave the show early today and go down and talk to Nancy.
I'll just call her Nancy. Help me out here.
Yeah.
That
Well,
maybe
you got to pick up the proper purple. Make sure that it's
Vikings purple.
yeah.
Like Rick Morton would be on board then. He's a Vikings fan. That's hilarious. I got to do that.
Yeah, there you go. Jerry. You've locked it in for Charlie. He's
That's-
won the election already.
No, I don't. And well, that's the other thing. See, it's a no lose deal, because if I do lose, I'm still on council for another 2 years.
Well, that's like running for president when you're a senator.
All right.
Charlie's becoming the consummate politician.
Hey, I've always have been. Part of that's your fault, too.
Oh, it's my fault. It's my fault. I
Hey.
made you super political.
now
Do you
Is that
agree?
it, Charlie?
Do you agree?
There's a bit of truth to what he's saying.
You're a-
He's right there on your coattails going through, I think.
oh, buddy.
It's just- it's just when, you know, I know it makes you feel
You're
bad.
trying to do a fence to mocker and Uncle Punky, your son in the wings here.
Well, I feel bad for you whenever he comes out, that closet liberal thing comes out of him. I feel bad for you.
I know, I want to smack him.
Well, there's just some things. I mean, after being a school teacher too, anything about kids,
Well, yeah.
I'm a liberal sometimes on those.
I,
Hedge your bets there, laugh out loud. Yes, Matt Beamer. Matt Beamer, you need to come up. That'd be funny. We got to get you on here. All right, let's get back to the news. And we're not the news. We're just trying to help.
we can't get to
Yes.
commercials today, so we're kind of.
If people want to help, if they want our help, we're offering it. If they don't want our help, that's okay too. I
Yeah.
mean, it really is. Let's see.
We need all the help we can get.
I wanted to run for city council of Greenfield, Ohio. Reason I choose not to is your life is watched like a celebrity. Not so much, not in the small towns. I'm gonna tell you what, Dick, just having the freaking internet, you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, we all have our haters and people are gonna watch you no matter what.
Or what about doing a morning show for 2 hours?
Doing
5
a
days
morning
week?
show every day, yeah.
Throwing yourself
I mean,
out there, right?
Right.
You know, though, since we've done this last year, I very rarely get anybody to say, "Hey, aren't you guys?" I know you've got it.
Jerry
couple
gets it a
times.
lot.
I don't get it, so that's okay. I'm okay with it. Maybe just most people know.
That's true.
You
That
know,
might
they
be.
just know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. McDonald's and Krispy Kreme, unfortunately, are parting ways.
Krispy Kreme said it was too
Oh.
expensive.
Yeah, it's not profitable for Krispy Kreme. So there you go.
And
To
the
supply donuts for McDonald's location?
yeah.
I didn't even know they were doing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
they've been doing it
Yeah.
for a couple years
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But it's not everywhere.
No.
They.
Select locations?
Yeah.
Now
Do
they
they
had
do it
them.
here in Wilmington?
I don't think they did.
They do in courthouse though. They do have them in
Yeah.
courthouse.
Now, I can remember back in the days of Clinton Massey football when Campus Nation was doing that, they came out with some kind of a Krispy Kreme.
Quarter pounder? No.
Yes. It was,
Really?
No, it was. They used two.
Two donut. Well, one donut split
One donut
half.
split in half, and the hamburger on it. And I thought that is the grossest, most
But
disgusting.
it's probably good though.
Yeah, well, it might be. I don't know. I couldn't. But I saw that again. I think the Blue Lions were doing it up in Courthouse
Oh.
where they were selling them. So
Michelle
I think-
Tebow. Good morning, Michelle Tebow.
Good morning, Michelle. Have they had the McDonald's boycott yet?
If I win, I have to dye my hair purple. Actually, it might be blue at the time. That would even be worse.
that is true.
Blue-haired mayor or blue-haired man
Yeah.
was mayor. That would be bad.
He's getting old.
Or that would be a good excuse that I didn't win. Dude's got blue hair.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
think
Joe
everyone in Sabina knows you, Charlie. So it's not like
Yeah.
they're gonna.
It's not a big shock.
They know that you dye your hair.
But it's always for a good reason.
because, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's right.
Right.
Charlie hasn't found a bad reason. He'll dye his hair at a moment's notice.
Right.
He likes dyeing his hair.
Amazon expanding rapid delivery overnight service to 4,000 new towns.
Huh.
And that's probably a good idea, especially if they've got centers within, a quick drive, because, or they can do the drones. I've not really seen them actually break those out.
I haven't
Maybe in
seen
the
the
bigger
drone
cities
yet.
they have, but I've not seen a lot of. Now Walmart is doing more drone deliveries.
Really?
Yeah, they're trying to keep up with Amazon, but drone delivery to me, filling the skies with drones is dangerous.
Mhm.
Not sure what Kevin Martin has on here.
It's hard telling with Kevin. Is Kevin awake yet?
It looks like a triangle and a circle.
It's a Ferris wheel. It looks like.
Well, Ferris wheel. Oh, we're at the circus. That's what he's trying to say, I think.
He had that post.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, Chris Robinson. I was just talking about our possible blue hair. Hey, are you going to be out at the dealership this morning? I may come out and talk to you. You need to get back on here anyhow. You got your car show coming up. Charlie, will you dye your hair pink in October for awareness of breast cancer? We'll just have to see. Everybody wants my hair a different color. I've done pink before. That was several years ago.
Yeah, and that was a successful campaign.
Yeah,
We
if we
raised
raise,
$1,000
if we
bucks.
raise
A little more than that, I
$1,000
think.
yeah. I'm not opposed to dying. My wife dyes her hair all the time. It's like being married to a different woman every 2 weeks, you know.
Saves money for a divorce.
I guess. Yeah.
There you go.
Clean him out, Rachel.
Boeing and the FFA both are at fault for the Alaska Airlines door blowout from
Oh.
over a
Saw
year,
that.
2 years ago. Yeah, they both were at fault for not checking everything. So, let's see. Destigmatizing is our word for the day. Removing negative association from condition. Like, Charlie's trying to remove his
Negative.
closet liberal status.
Well,
I don't mind that actually.
I don't know. I'm an independent, so there's things that I do see. I can't get this radical either direction.
Well, no, yeah, that's exactly what I said to him yesterday. I said the problem is you got the outsides ruling the end.
Right.
Yeah, we
The
were
end
talking
needs
about
to
that
rule.
yesterday.
Yeah.
The end
And
needs to
unfortunately,
rule.
over the last decade, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
We've gotten further and further apart from the middle, and everybody's gone to their opposite
And
corners.
both sides are just as goofy as the other.
Yeah.
Go green and look like Shrek. Thank you, Stifler. I appreciate it.
I know.
If I'm Shrek, you're gonna be my donkey.
Okay.
Oh, he knows I'm messing with him. He knows I'm messing with him.
Charlie Hargraves was.
I know, I am
I
watching.
know somebody that's a Democrat. They've been a Democrat for years, and they were watching AOC go on a rant, and I just kind of watched them see what they did, and they're sitting there going, just shaking her head, and I'm thinking, oh. So not only am I the one who thinks she's nuts.
What? Trump put out a little warning to AOC. He said, you better just worry about winning your own district and not worry about trying to
Yeah.
impeach me. Well, did you see they had an impeachment vote on Trump yesterday?
Oh, it was.
And it was like
thwarted.
300 and some to
Well,
60
I think the Democrats
that
realized.
were against it.
Yeah.
Democrats realized this would not help their cause.
No.
any.
No.
No.
But there's those radicals out there that think
Oh,
it
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Omar and
Dick, he's laughing.
Laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, state of the United States as far as politics is just awful. Because no one, I mean, like him or not, but back to the Bill Clinton, Newt Gingrich days, baby, they at least work together. You know, Newt has his contract with America, and Clinton wasn't real crazy left wing. You know, they both were toward the middle, and we need to get back
Well,
to more of that.
yeah, politics has gotten well. But let's
Who
look at
do
this
you blame for that? I know who I blame.
Barack Obama.
Yep.
Absolutely. The man was a divider.
Yeah, Obama, the
Shouldn't have
divider
been
in
president
chief.
in the first place. Was never eligible. Wasn't born in this country.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I think society in general, I think that the more people the more they're focused on everything being social media, the more radical it gets. Because they get in that feed and they're in there and that's all they see is ones that are just like them, and then they
The
get fired
keyboard
up and they
warriors,
keep
baby.
going and they keep going, and they're not. That's like if you sit and watch Fox or you sit and watch CNN. You can watch either one of them, and they're just polar opposites, and you're going to get brainwashed no matter which one you listen to.
The social media platform that is probably most divisive right now is TikTok. So people that are actually on TikTok and they read what's on TikTok, and the most radical on both sides of the fence are on TikTok.
I'm
Yeah.
on TikTok, but I only get on it maybe like once a week. I don't.
Well, TikTok, there's a war going on
Yeah.
TikTok. And what surprises me, which is I gotta commend the president, he's not trying to shut it down. He has the power to shut it off simply because they have not complied, but he still tries to find ways to keep it going. So maybe he thinks it's a good thing that we've got that conversation going. Maybe there would be more violence if they didn't have some way to rant. I don't know.
Michelle Tebow, anytime you got an Eagle Riders event, you guys want to come back on, you're more than welcome. Michelle Tebow, I'm not too far left or too far right. I try to see each side, reasoning for what they are doing. Yeah. Right. Well, that's the thing. I mean, like if you look at the habits of successful people, Stephen Covey, one of the biggest ones that I like on there is, you take the best ideas from both sides and try to make a great idea in the middle.
Did you ever hear him speak?
No, I bet that would be interesting.
He was in Columbus. Well, he's been in Columbus since 98.
Really?
The seven. What is the seven
Ah,
habits? Seven.
speaking of Columbus,
Seven
last-
habits for successful
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
when I
Island.
first started getting interested in pickleball,
Yeah.
Oh,
because we haven't brought it up today. Anyway, since I first got interested in pickleball, I actually did some research, which I do because I was looking at it as a business possibility. And anyway, I found a pickleball company that was operating in Columbus, and I went out and actually talked with ownership there and looked at their facility, and they'd already had several events that were on ESPN2. So anyway, last night I'm tuning into the pickleball channel, and where are they originating from?
The
That same
pickleball channel.
Oh yeah, they got a full channel on it. This sport is mainstream.
The pickleball channel.
Yeah, I'm going to start a pickleball league for local teams and stuff like that, and Campus Nation will carry it.
Well, you could run that out of Clarksville. They've got indoor pickleball courts.
Do they? Well, that might be something to
No,
look
he
at.
would. Is
That
who
would,
you want to talk
that
to.
would
Really?
be something to look at. But I'll tell you what, pickleball, it's just like I said, the number one pickleball player in the world right now, she's 18 years old. Absolutely phenomenal. She is worth something like $5-6 million from her pickleball exploits. And
Big
but-
Lots building is available.
What's that? I know. But I'm trying to think.
Family Dollar in Sabina.
What I would like to do is build a pickleball facility in an underground parking garage. In You know, be able to kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. And you've got to have outside pickleball courts. I'll tell you,
You
ultimately,
could now
the
gym.
destination outlets people were interested in pickleball
Well,
and our sand volleyball concept. So, I mean, I think they would probably give me as much space as I want inside and out and not charge me a penny, just for the traffic that it would generate.
but now what you need to think about, and if you're going to do this, you need to think about the East End School Building. Because you got the gymnasium right there, you can convert the rooms to rooms.
Do I have
People
to-
can
do
come
I have
in
to-
for the
do I have to
tournament.
deal
They
with
can
Bill
stay right
Lehrman?
there. Huh?
Do I have to deal with Bill Lehrman on this negotiation?
Did
PBTV.
you think I'd work out?
What's that? Bill Lehrman is his.
No, if he bought the East End School and he could
That's
convert
right, it
the-
is.
Oh,
It's-
that's right.
It's pickleball TV. And I'm telling you, they've got teams that are all over the country.
He's not biting
They've
on
got
these
tournaments
things.
all over. No, I'm not biting. I'm ignoring them.
They got a nice big gym in there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Well, seriously, if you were going to do something, and we felt the same thing about doing a Campus Nation doing a spring football league. The best time or the best way to do this would be you would try to find a location, Columbus, Ohio, as an example, that's
Yeah.
central to Ohio. You could bring teams in from all over the state to a central location, and those teams would play each other in a facility in Columbus, and then that way you wouldn't have to drive any further than Columbus. Everyone would drive to Columbus.
Yeah.
It would be much easier to do. You could do as many tournaments, as many games, and you'd have all your equipment in one location. You wouldn't have to move it around. You wouldn't have to expose it to the outside. Although the facility, I think, in Columbus, I don't know whether they've got any outside courts. I don't remember seeing any.
Most of that's an
Why not?
inside deal. That way you play year round.
Why
Well-
why not start it here in Wilmington, and that way you draw to Wilmington.
Pickleball is an April to November sport. They usually take off from November to April as far as they don't start again until April. But
It's not like the NBA and play year round.
it's you can play year round.
They don't, do they?
And Charlie's
Almost.
right. And the key is we would like to see something. That's why we even looked at arena football, is because it's so much
I
easier.
thought that was lingerie arena football.
It could be lingerie pickleball for all I care.
Oh!
But, imagine that.
You get style points before you start.
Well, I'll tell you, just think of all the other revenue. You're talking paddles and balls and
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the
yeah.
accessories and the clothing line and I'm telling you, this is something that's going to happen. It's just I'm positioning things. I'm putting my things in place.
Dick Stifler says, I like Trump, voted for him in both elections. I just don't have to agree with him, everything he wants to do. I agree sometimes and sometimes I don't. People think I'm a Democrat because I don't go along with everything he does. Yeah, but
Well, that's
that's why you're like me, Dick. We'll let you join my club, the Closet Liberals.
that's
There
the
we go.
righty.
Makes the vine agree.
That's the righties that are so radical because I think that Trump can be arrogant and overbearing and personality wise. I mean, but when it comes down to his policies and what's good for me and
Yeah.
good for my business and good for my family, he's
been the man so far.
That's right. So the point is, it doesn't matter if he calls you names or hurts your feelings
Right.
or I don't care. That's not important. What's important is, does he put money in my pocket? Does he help my business? Does he help my family? And I'm not talking about handouts. I'm just talking about, does he make the environment better for me to be able to do something like, be in business?
Michelle Tebow has a couple of things. She says Harry Rager is the guy who rents out that gym in Clarksville. So there you go.
All right.
Debbie Bowling says good morning, but then Michelle comes back. I prefer to watch the lingerie league because those girls are tough. They barely have any equipment, and they hit hard.
They are tough. They are tough.
Oh, I'm not just going to, because some of them aren't lingerie, but it seems like any women's football, they're wearing skimpy outfits. And they do play hard. They hit.
They do wear some very thin pads.
Well,
I'm
I'll
not
tell you,
going.
I'm throwing that off to you, Charlie.
I'm going to tell you,
The rabbit hole was open and
Girls.
I will not go in.
girls, when I was a school teacher, girls' fights were always worse to break up than guys'
Oh, there's
fights.
no question about that.
Oh,
I mean, they just get after
women
it.
are dirty fighters.
They
They
get-
pull
they get
hair,
after it
they
right now.
bite, they do anything they have to.
Yeah, they get after it right now.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Do we have any other news? Only other news thing I have is Lime is preparing to go public. Lime are the little green scooters you see all around the big cities,
Oh, okay.
and they're getting ready to become a publicly traded company,
Huh.
so you can buy in on Lime.
Well, there's a lot of things that happen in the bigger cities or on college campuses that we don't have in the little cities. For instance, we talk about Uber and other
Right.
ways to deliver food. Well, on Ohio State's campus and every campus across the country,
They got those
they've got
robots.
the little robots
Yeah.
that
That
run
deliver
around,
food.
Oh,
and deliver
yeah.
the food.
Yeah.
And that's a very effective way to,
I saw
for
that
them
and
to
I was like,
deliver.
"What the heck is that?"
Yeah.
I mean, they're about this big.
It's like a little
They-
cooler.
they
It looks
look-
like a little cooler with an antenna sticking
Yeah,
out.
they
of it.
look like a little R2D2s almost. And we saw them. We went to the Ringo Starr concert in Columbus.
Yeah, well, when
on
we're
Ohio State's campus.
when we're doing our Ohio State Buckeyes club football team, of course we're right there on campus. We're the two tall buildings,
Right.
which house most of your students. It's right there. It's right where we are in that park right there, Tower Park, and they're scurrying around all over the place all the time. I mean, you see dozens of them all over. But even in other parts of Columbus, they're going down the main streets.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why can't they use that same method to feed the homeless?
Well, they
I'm
could.
sure they could,
Yeah.
but you still got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but still, I mean,
Dick Stifler, I like watching girls volleyball. Huh.
Well,
I wonder why.
Michelle, sometimes I can resist going down that rabbit hole. And other times, man, not so much.
I think that obviously it's the same reason. And when I say this, you know, it's I like women's sports. Charlie, you and I like women's sports.
Basketball, yeah.
Because the competition level is
tougher.
entirely, it's a different vibe than you get from men's sports.
It is.
Men, you know, they'll get into their fights and things like that, but I'll give you an example. You know, Caitlin, you know, Clark,
Yeah.
and all the stuff,
Yeah.
the controversy that goes on.
And that's so stupid because they're trying to hurt her. It's like she's the only reason the rest of you guys are going to be making money.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
need to take care of her.
Yeah, and she's a phenomenal player. I don't know how she will shoot that ball up there. And I think there's no way that thing's going, and it does.
Yeah, well, it's like men's and women's tennis. You know, you watch men's tennis, you know, they hit the ball so daggone hard. You know, they may have 3 or 4 volleys and there's point. Women's tennis, you might have a rally last, you know, 10, 15 or more, you know, hits.
And that's the way pickleball is.
Yeah.
And you know, when you look at pickleball, it's not a case where it's not slow. You know, the reason or the way that it started was mainly
Old people.
that played tennis that ended up injuring themselves and couldn't play tennis any longer. They could play pickleball, and people that were older could play pickleball because it can be a slower sport, but it also can be a very. I mean, and you got to remember. The net is lower. They're closer to each other.
Right.
A pickleball court is precisely 1/2 the size of a tennis court. So the other thing is you can actually put more pickleball courts in the same amount of space. So no, I can see a future in pickleball. I think there's going to be a lot of money made in it. And I was told a couple years back that they were considering it as an NCAA sport and also as a high school sport. And I think it will happen. Because especially with young people love this sport, and it's fast. It can be very fast. Yeah.
So,
All right, that's my pickleball. I'm out of politics and pickleball right now.
Rick is the pickleball king. But will you wear a pickle outfit?
I've got people. I have pickle people.
Marky, yeah, Marky. So, you guys are watching right now. Get down there and hit that little arrow, please. Share the show. Share the show. Sometimes I've had to alter my sharing because some of these sites, well, you need to put a couple words in before you share it with us. I don't know. I may be able to do that now, but some of them are like
You
big.
mean them to allow you to post? on
Yeah,
the-
like when I put this one in, I've got to put, you know, like I'm getting ready to do it. I just can't add it to my list. I need to add a couple words. So like,
So they want some context.
I'm adding live now, and I just posted it. But it's kind of a pain in the butt. Go make some money, Kevin Martin. There you go. Make money. Maybe we can have the Kevin Martin pickleball courts.
Yeah, Kevin, did you find a Ferris wheel to buy?
Seeing where Jake Sawyer is going to be at Home Buys for their grand opening tomorrow in Chillicothe, Ohio. No autographs, but you can take a picture with him. Jake Sawyer.
Did you see where Kevin had his question?
No, what was his
And
question?
It was on Facebook last night. I saw it. Did anybody have a Ferris wheel for sale? That's as bad as me wanting one of those flying wing jobs.
Oh,
Yeah.
you ought to get one of those and make a car out of it.
Yeah.
Seriously, there's a guy, the guy that makes the porta potty. He does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I gotta ask Gemini a question here because Dick Stifler just threw me a curve.
Now, the other thing about Gemini,
Who's Jake
especially
Sawyer?
when you ask it
Yeah, who-
online, what if it goes off into some crazy tangent?
We
And
just,
you're
just
publishing-
X out of it.
Oh, okay, all right.
But see, I'm just typing it in, so it's not gonna say anything.
So what are you asking, Charlie?
Who is Jake Sawyer? Jake Sawyer is a Utah State representative. I don't think that's who Dick's talking about. Jake Sawyer, here we go. Fitness model, bodybuilder, and veteran. That's probably who Dick's talking about. Yeah, that's who I would say. There we go. probably the bodybuilder Jake Sawyer. Am I right, Dick?
Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, that Jake Sawyer. I forgot about him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Duh. The linebacker that caught the immaculate interception, we could call it, when they played Texas, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He pretty much snuffed any chance they had of coming back.
So Jake Sawyer is going to be at home buys tomorrow in Chillicothe. Good to know. What time is he going to be there? I wonder.
Ask Gemini.
Well, no, I'm asking Dick Stifford.
Well, why did you ask Gemini in the first place then?
Well, I was trying to figure out who Jake Sawyer was. That's all. I felt stupid because I didn't know who he was, and I should have known. And I should have known because now I know who Jake Sawyer is. Yeah, the Ohio State Buckeye guy. Yep. And that's not going to be that far away. You think about it. What, end of August? They start college football?
Yeah.
Well, September.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be
When they-
soon.
High school football starts third
Well, aren't
week in August.
August, yeah.
And then college football starts a few weeks later.
Yeah. End of August, first week in September. It won't be long. And then the pros also. Pros always start, I think, the second week of September with the real games.
And I've already gotten my call from Bill Raybeck. He called me yesterday. He's trying to figure out how he's going to be doing some sports because I'm not making those trips up north.
Right.
So he's doing a sports show,
Yeah.
and he wants a flagship station, hence WZAA,
Right.
to be the flagship station of this sports show that he wants to do. He's got like 5 or 6 guys around the state that will report on high school sports
Yeah.
in certain areas. And then, so now he wants to be able to tell other stations, hey, this is our flagship station. It's all
Jack.
and
Jack Sawyer, not Jake Sawyer. That's why I screwed it up.
Yeah, he's the one that didn't he buy the magic beans?
Yeah. Jack and the Beanstalk Sawyer. There you go. Sweetman, you still playing golf? Dude, I played once this year and it was ugly. That was ugly. I probably should just put my golf clubs up for sale. That's how bad it was.
Oh.
It was ugly.
Did you get any exercise?
A little, because we take a cart, but a lot of times I would just go ahead and walk to my next ball rather than get in. I'd rather get in and ride.
I've got a set of clubs.
So where did you play?
Washington Courthouse. That's part of the deal I worked out with them. I play golf pretty much anytime I want to, which I've only played once. And they feed us, and we only do a DJ thing once a month there.
I got a set of clubs, and they're in the back of one of my sheds, one of my buildings, and I go in there and I can see them. They're back there.
Yeah.
But I have no need for them.
Is that like the
He
old?
still plays golf.
Is that like all the old exercise equipment that sits in the corner? You know.
I don't have any.
You should like pay for my round, and we'll go out and play golf because you'll beat me. I guarantee you'll beat me because I am terrible now. Let me know how much you want for them. I ain't selling you my golf clubs yet, but I probably need to get ready to do that. You'll be the first on the list if I do decide to do that. I mean, I hit the ball, and usually I hit the ball straight. It just don't go anywhere. I need to I need to get out there at that aging up center this winter and just do something to build my arms up. My arms.
Well, it's not so much building them up, Charlie. It's just toning them. You know, getting the muscles.
Well, that's what I mean,
Because they've
yeah.
atrophied over all these years from not using them.
From setting 2 hours a day in here.
I'm trying to figure out where the golf balls are coming from. Every time I mow, there's 1 or 2 golf balls in my backyard, and I'm thinking,
It's probably
they coming.
well,
Your neighbors.
Who lives near you that would be?
I don't know. Well, I find out I won't give them back to them.
As long as they're not.
I
Going
hit
through
one
your-
with the mower yesterday, though.
As long as they're not going through your windows, I guess you're okay.
Sweetman's wanting to buy my golf clubs so that way I can't beat him anymore with them.
Whoa.
Just
Brian, I think he just said that you were a really bad golfer because
like-
if he's
that's-
that bad and he can beat you.
He's thrown the golf.
I don't know
ball
whether I'd
down.
take that or not, Brian.
He's invited you to fight.
I don't know whether I'd take that or not, Brian.
MSGA, baby, MSGA. Just remember that. I gotta put that on here. I can't believe you guys didn't put that on here.
What's that?
Matt Beamer, I'm disappointed in you. He
Jerry,
did-
Jerry, you should be getting some royalties off this hat.
Oops.
Yeah, if I wish I still had that one program on my computer.
There we go. MSGA makes the minor great again. Caleb, my son, is playing golf for Wilmington. Dang, seriously? His son is that old already? He looks like he's about 5. We find golf balls in our fields all the time. We have no idea who's playing golf out here. Maybe it's the Iranians. They're
That might
dropping
be.
golf balls.
They're
That's what it
hacktivists.
is.
Hacktivists hacking.
The hacktivist, or
That would be
truly
me.
hacktivist.
I was gonna say that would be me playing golf.
Truly,
Hacking.
that's truly hacking air.
I'll
Golf
tell you
balls.
a golf ball story. I went over. I had to go over to New Vienna to when we run over and mow out front of the building. I had some kind of an event going on or something. And so I'm over there and I'm on that big old X mark, and I hit a golf ball, and that sucker came out from under that.
It can be
thing.
dangerous.
It went.
Oh, yeah.
I was out by the road. You know how far it is back to the school building.
Yeah.
It came out of that mower, went all the way to the building, hit the building, and came back,
Oh,
and
yeah.
almost made it back to me.
Jeez.
I mean, it was, I'm like, man.
Wow, he's gonna be a freshman, Sweetman's kid.
Oh, that's hard to believe.
That is hard to believe.
I
Dang.
remember when Brian was a kid.
Well, yeah, I had him in school. Yeah, that's how I met Brian. Well, I knew his brother Jim, but wow. Everybody always got on him because he's this little guy, and the band director at the time made him play the bass drum. And I think I switched him over to snare. He might have played bass drum 1 year for me, but it's just weird, you know. You see, this small,
Charlie, you're getting
small,
old.
Small
You're getting
human.
old, Charlie.
There ain't no getting out. There ain't no getting old about it. I am old. Yeah, that's true. All right, well, listen, it is almost 9 o'clock, so it's time for your station break today. Let's get personal. Let's get personal. Sundays, fun days with your host, Dr. Jeffrey Schusler, and Sarah, play me like a piccolo fife.
Schusler keeps sending me these pictures of all
Sean
these
Bennett,
very
watching.
attractive women,
Yeah.
like they're going to be on the show or something. And then when I ask him, I say, "Well, does she live in the area?" "Oh no, she used to work for me as a receptionist or something wherever I had my practice before. But no, she's married."
Rick's
Why did you send me your picture then? You know,
Just mess
pickleball
with you.
show will have to be played by a piccolo.
Yes, that's right. Hey, Sean, Becca's coming on next Wednesday. You need to come as well. All right, what we got here? There's something else going to be. Oh, our station identification. We are the MSGA network. And let's see. I'm losing it. Let's see. I'm losing it. We're going to do what's coming up this week for the DJ service. Chaz's DJ service. There we go. Rick has offered to offer me a commercial, but I said no, because that's why I just throw these in for fun every once in a while. Tonight we are nowhere. Yay!
yeah, you got the week off, don't you, Charlie?
Well, this weekend I do. Thursday, we got fresh pizza and cream, 5:30 to about 6:45, because council meeting starts at 7. So we'll be playing music out there. 5:30, 6:30. You guys coming up?
What,
I
pizza and
might.
cream?
Yeah, then you can come to the council meeting. I'm joking. 5:30
it's
to
enough for me to
6:30.
drag myself to Wilmington.
Tomorrow night,
meeting.
right?
Tomorrow night.
Okay.
Tomorrow night. And rain or shine, we'll still have the show. Now, if it's nice weather, old cars, you're welcome to come down like a little cruise in. I will have some 50s and 60s music going.
Is it supposed to rain, Charlie?
It's supposed to, it's spotty showers all week. It's like last night, it rained in Wilmington, didn't rain in Sabina. I think it eventually did rain in Blanchester, but
Later.
it didn't
It was
rain
later.
there. Yeah, it didn't rain while we were there.
Hello, Sean.
Yep. John Wharton is supposed to be our guest here on Friday. Well, the Fayette County Connection's coming tomorrow. And plus Friday night, the DJ service will be back in action again, 4 to 8 p.m. for the food truck rally. Come out and get you some good vittles.
Is that at Dove Church?
Dove Church parking lot. Becker's Burgers will be there amongst others. The T Trailer is going to be there. There's several. And I'll go back to that email and tell you the list here in a minute. Not email, but text. Because I don't do
I
email.
imagine Becker's been losing some weight lately. He looked like he was really beat.
He had a funny video last night because he said, I went and take a shower, it's hotter than heck outside. I come back out and I left my hood off, or the roof off the Jeep and his doors off the Jeep, and it was raining beat heck. He says it's a Jeep thing, it's all right. But there you talk about somebody that's been under social media scrutiny.
For no reason.
Yeah, well, no, there's reasons, but still, I mean, he fixed it all, but he's still, and I'll be honest with you, whenever you take a mayor job or a council job, people will hate you just because you're on there,
Yep.
because they hate government.
Yeah.
So, this Sunday, by the way, there is an auction up at Xenia. It's Xenia Greene County Fairgrounds. Starts at 11 o'clock. Ken, who is a guest here, he will be putting that on. The next week we got some guests, guys. First 3 days, and we're off on Friday next week. We've got Tom Breckle now on Monday. Robo Pizza will be here Tuesday.
Are they bringing garlic pizza for you?
I
Charlie?
hope they're bringing garlic pizza. We talked to them once about breakfast pizza, but I don't know if that ever went anywhere. Becca Bennett will be here on Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we're covered. And Thursday will be the Fayette County Connection.
Right, Friday we're not because of 4th of
Fridays,
July.
4th of July. And other people to look forward to coming in July. We have Dustin and Molly again. Tracy Kelly and Taryn Howard will join us on the 16th of July. The Board of Elections will be here on the 24th. Chris Newport on the 21st, and Becker says he's coming in. And we got to get Chris Robinson in here too.
Well, the
So,
other thing that we probably need to do something about is
the fair.
The 15th, well, actually the 14th of July, and I don't know what day that falls.
That's a
on.
Monday.
Okay, that is our 1-year anniversary of being on the air on Wake Up Wilmington.
Hey, is that fair week also?
Might be, I don't know.
We need to get somebody on here from the fair board.
Well,
next
speaking of fair, we're going to be doing harness racing from the fair on the, I think, 8th and 9th, with our good
That's a
friend
Tuesday
Sean
and Wednesday.
Brooms, who sounds like he has quite the trip down in, I think he's in Alabama.
Really?
And he said, I don't forget how long he said they were in traffic trying to get to wherever this venue is, because the girls are playing
Basketball.
AAU basketball, getting ready for Miami Trace's new season coming up in December or
Right.
thereabouts. And so they're all over the place, and it sounded like they were stuck in traffic for a long time.
Fair is July 5th through the 12th. Then next week we're loaded with events too from the DJ service, so we'll talk more about that next week. Man, I need to go. One thing about DJing car shows, especially when they're only once a year, you only see these people once a year. So, and we have I think we have the World Equestrian Center car show coming up July 12th. I've been advertising, we put it out there. I talked to the lady, but it's been like 6 months ago, and crickets. I called last night, I haven't heard anything, so when we get done with the show today, we're gonna take a little trip out there just to see if they got flyers for me, to see.
Yeah.
But here's what my worst fear is. I've done this show like 4 or 5 years. I worked with 3 different people. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm gonna go out there and they're gonna go, oh.
We're not doing it this year.
Right. But it's been
Well,
advertised.
it's a shame because there's so much commerce that's generated by the equestrian center.
Yes.
But, you know, Sydney and I went out there several years ago because they were interested in us doing the video out there.
Yeah.
But the Roberts are not the easiest people to deal with.
Right.
And you know that.
Right.
And so, you know, anytime you're involved in situations like that, you know, you're at the mercy of the people that work for them.
The only thing that could be positive out of it, if they don't have it, I'm double booked that day, so you guys would be out. You would be out of the having to help me that day. So, but you can still go, and I'd still pay you if you want to go.
What? Hey,
Jerry doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he does. I've got him booked
Yeah.
for 3 days.
Is that the one where? Oh, well, what's
three.
the one?
I thought it was two. What's three?
3.
What?
That new one we decided last week.
Oh, you didn't.
You said
remember
you're
that,
going to be in
Jerry?
North
Oh
Carolina.
no, I'm
So-
not going to go to North Carolina.
Yeah.
I can't find anybody to go down.
Jerry Bear, I got you the 12th, the 19th, and August 9th. Those are your 3 dates. You want to write them down? You got a pen there. You might want to write them down.
Go
July
ahead and write it down,
12th,
Jerry.
July
Put that on that
19th.
page that you turn back.
Oh,
I have to get up. My back's hurt.
Well, you can get up and Jerry, do you have any today in
Do
history?
you think you can put up with me
Yeah, I can.
for 3 different times?
Yep.
What do you?
12th, 19th, and August 4th. Those are your dates. August
Well,
9th. August 9th,
I
not
was
the
saying I
4th.
had the 9th down, scratched down.
Yeah, 9th. I'm sorry, 9th.
July 9th
Yeah.
and the 12th.
No,
19th?
July 12th.
And the 8th.
July
and the 9th,
19th.
Jerry, the 8th and the 9th is when we're doing harness racing at the
August 9th. This is August
August
9th.
And make sure you put August.
Yeah, August.
9.
Yes.
And then the July is 12 and 19. Or no?
Yes, 12 and 19.
Have you guys got it all worked out here?
We got it worked out. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah.
Manuela is working at the
All right.
Equine Center. That's her daughter, Rita's daughter. Well, do you have any today in history?
Oh, somewhere.
Let's do some today in history, then we'll do birthdays and the games.
Today, it's Wednesday, June the 25th
Fifth. Right.
in history, Jerry.
Wait a minute, that ain't it. You know what I may have done?
Did you leave it at home?
No.
She bring the wrong one.
Wait a minute. Ha ha! There it is.
All right.
We're in business. Maybe.
Why do you keep the old ones in there?
I usually throw them out, but sometimes if
You
I
collect
don't,
them?
I take the wrong one out. And or either that or I forget to take them out of the printer.
Now you got all your details down, Jerry?
No,
No?
I don't have any details today, Rick. I'm going to disappoint you right off the bat. I didn't do any research because,
Well, just make them up. Just make it up.
yeah, okay. In 1788, Virginia ratified the U.S. Constitution and became the 10th state of the United States. In 1867, I think it's Lucine B. Smith patented the first barbed wire.
What did they use that for?
It's probably got something to do with cows and sheep and keep them where they need to be.
Buffalo, cattle.
Yeah, you don't use them on horses. In 1868, U.S. Congress enacted legislation granting an 8-hour day to workers employed by the federal government. In 1868, Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina were readmitted to the Union.
So was that was because of the Civil War?
Mhm.
So they had to readmit them.
Mhm.
So I wonder if all the states ended up getting readmitted, or if they forgot a few.
No, they read.
I'm thinking
Like maybe California.
Yeah,
hopefully?
California wasn't in there then. It's too bad.
In 1876, Lieutenant Colonel Custer and 210 men of the U.S. 7th Cavalry were killed by the Sioux and Cheyenne Indians at the Little Bighorn in Montana. The event was known as Custer's Last Stand.
And that was one big lawsuit too.
Little Bighorn, Montana, right?
Is that where you're
Yeah.
gonna go visit, Charlie? for
Well, we're gonna be
historical-
out in that area, but that's probably gonna be a little too far away.
In 1950, North Korea invaded South Korea, initiating the Korean War. In 1951, in New York, the first regular commercial color TV transmissions were presented on CBS using the FCC-approved CBS color system. And at that time, the public didn't own color TVs. None of them were being sold to the public. You had to be in some kind of a network to have a. In 1962, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the use of unofficial, non-denominational prayer in public schools was unconstitutional. Now, I didn't figure because it's non-denominational.
So is this
unofficial.
what led to the not allowing prayer in schools?
Yes. Yep.
JD says it's hot out already, setting fence posts today. That don't sound like any
Ooh.
fun.
In 1964, U.S. President Lyndon Johnson ordered 200 naval personnel to Mississippi to assist in finding 3 missing civil rights workers.
Ever find them?
Did they? I don't know. I think they did. They were
Jerry
dead.
throws that out there and he doesn't have the details.
I told you. I
Wait-
did
wait a
not
minute.
do details this morning.
Wait a minute.
You gonna ask?
Here, hold on.
Ask
Hold on.
Gemini.
Say it again.
What? U.S. President Lyndon Johnson said 200.
No, the 3 missing. Did they ever find the 3 missing?
In 1964, the 3 civil rights workers that went missing in Mississippi. Did they find them?
Yes, the bodies of the 3 civil
Yeah,
rights
yeah.
workers who went missing in 1964, James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwarmer, were found. They disappeared on June 21st, 1964 in Neshoba County, Mississippi. After investigating the burning of a black church, their disappearance garnered national attention, and after an intensive search by federal authorities, their bodies were discovered on August 4th, a day before my birthday, 1964.
And I don't think they were found in Mississippi.
Buried in Earthen Dam. They had been murdered by members of the Ku Klux Klan with the involvement of local law enforcement. It's one thing people don't realize. And when people talk about the Ku Klux Klan used to be thick
Oh,
here
yeah.
in this area. And
Especially around New Vienna, right?
well, around Louisiana, that was the Aryan Nation,
Yeah.
but they were thick not only, but they were thick with like the leaders of the government.
That reminds me. I did some research and I have to tell you about it later.
Okay.
Remind me about the building you said had the.
Well, I thought it did on the corner. I could be wrong.
Well, no, I don't think you were wrong. And
Okay.
I'll tell you why later. In 1968, Bobby Bonds of the San Francisco Giants hit a grand slam home run in his first game with the Giants. He was the first player to debut with a grand slam.
Karen Lawwell's watching. We'll be out there here in a little bit,
Hi,
Karen.
Is this cornbread and bean soup day?
No,
No.
that was yesterday.
Well, how'd it go?
Reuben sandwiches,
something
yeah,
like that.
today.
So how did yesterday go?
We didn't go.
I didn't go.
You didn't go?
We only go about once a week.
I went home and mow.
It's hard for me to go out there and eat it on Tuesdays when we got Chubby's Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
I just wait to eat the Chubby's.
I had to mow yesterday. I had to get it
Now
out. And I
today-
still didn't do the bush mowing.
I didn't get I got my mower fixed now.
Did you? What was wrong with it?
The carburetor, I guess, on Briggs and Stratton screw up, and like gas somehow was getting into the oil.
Ooh.
And but he drained it all, and I got this little thing. I got
Well, that's personal.
I got to
Charlie,
switch it on
you
and
don't
off
have to admit that on
for the
air.
flow. I got to
Oh.
switch it on and off for the flow
Oh.
of the gas going in.
That happens.
And
Charlie.
it's weird because when he fixed it this time, I always had to put the choke in, put the clutch down, start her up. Now I don't even have to put the choke in. I just push clutch.
So you're getting enough gas to start it without choking it.
I hope. I don't like it when it's choked. It
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
What else you got?
I don't remember.
I am a Leo, Karen. Loyal.
In 1973, White House counsel John Dean admitted that U.S. President Nixon took part in the Watergate cover-up.
Watergate's nothing compared to the
And
crap
that's
they did.
exactly
I
the
know.
point. It is.
Yeah.
They made such a deal about that, and
They
it
flip out now.
Yeah. I
Hillary
mean,
Clinton, how come she's not in jail for
Yeah.
starting Russiagate?
Yeah, yeah.
And Hillary, nothing personal, but what, 50,000 emails deleted, burned up all this evidence. Just for that, she ought to go to jail.
Yeah.
Plus, the Clinton death train, you know, how many people have died or
between
associated with the
Obama and
Clintons?
Clinton, probably two of the most corrupt, evil people that have ever been in American politics.
Hillary. Bill was all right.
Well,
I
Bill,
like Bill.
Bill, he sort of kept himself at least a cigar's length away.
Yeah, well, and Bill, the worst thing about Bill, though, is he sounded like he was a connoisseur of the Jeffrey Epstein Island a lot. So,
Well, like I said, a cigar's length away.
yeah. What else, Jerry? Sorry to interrupt you.
That's all right. In 1981, the U.S. Supreme Court decided that mail-only draft registration was constitutional.
It was constitutional.
It was constitutional.
See, this is that is selective activism.
That's why they call it the
judges.
selective service.
Yeah, because these it's the same reason we had Roe v. Wade, which never should have been decided that way. It's the same reason that we've had so many different things decided, even at the Supreme Court level. They render verdicts that they think are in the best interest of the country. That's
Right.
not the way you're supposed to render verdicts. You read the Constitution, you know the Constitution, and it doesn't matter whether you piss off half the country or all the country. It's still the Constitution.
That's like when I was talking to the Brian Briggs the other day, the vice principal of Blanchester Middle School. You got that handbook. As long as you follow that handbook and you're fair with everybody, treat everybody the same, you can't go wrong. It's the same. And the worst thing about, like, in our positions, like with the Ohio Revised Code, is we can't know all that. Because
Right.
I mean, it's huge.
Right. Yeah.
So, but you got to know it enough to keep your butt out of trouble.
And if you don't know,
Find out.
Ask.
before you
Yeah.
make a decision
Ask.
or before you take an action,
Yep.
find out.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The complete ORC is in the library right here in Wilmington and every library across the country.
You can bring up the whole thing off your.
That's true. You can go online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1985, ABC's Monday Night Football began with a new lineup, and it was a trio of
Howard Cosell,
no.
Dandy Don Meredith. What year?
Huh?
What year?
1985.
That was a revamped lineup, wasn't it?
Give me some initials.
Uh-huh. FG,
Frank Gifford.
JN,
Give me the other initials.
OS.
O.J. Simpson. What's the other one?
Hal something?
JN.
Oh, J.
J.
It was a male, right?
J.
He stumped us, Charlie.
Yeah, is it Jim or Joe?
Joe.
Joe N.
And this
Joe
one,
Boxer.
This one surprised me, but I do remember it.
Joe N.
Obviously, he was fairly obscure. Was he a football player?
Yes.
Joe
Namath.
Yeah.
Joe Namath.
Joe Namath.
That's right. Yeah. That way they didn't last very long.
No.
Frank
I remember
Gifford
him.
did.
He Namath wasn't very.
Yeah, Gifford was probably one of the most storied Monday Night Football
Yeah. Well, you think of
personalities of all time.
Dandy Don Meredith and Howard Cosell.
Turn out the
Yeah.
lights, the party's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 1985, New York Yankees officially enacted the rule that mandated that the team's bat boys were to wear protective helmets during all games.
Makes sense.
Sure it does.
There was one of the bat boys got smacked in the head or something, wasn't it? And that
Probably.
initiated that.
Well, I mean, they still end up catching occasionally an errant ball or bat, but and they got ball girls too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ball people. There you
Yeah.
Ball people.
go. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's what we should be saying.
I got a few more if you want me to go on.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. we
In
got
1990,
time.
in 1993, Kim Campbell took office as Canada's first woman prime minister.
Oh, you know, the jury is still out, but anytime a woman has been president, or not president, but governor of a state, you look at the women governors that are governors of states now, when you give women the power of running a state, it's very difficult.
Now you got to cut Sarah Huckabee Sanders some
She's
slack.
the only one.
And the girl for Alaska,
Yeah.
she was good.
But I mean, even
Sarah Palin, yeah.
some of these congressmen and well, Palin, her big mistake was that
John McCain.
yeah, she picked the wrong horse.
1997, U.S. air pollution standards were significantly tightened by U.S. President Clinton. In 1998, the U.S. Supreme Court rejected the line item veto, thereby striking down the presidential power to cancel specific items in tax and spending legislation.
Well, there's nothing in the Constitution that gives the president the authority by line to exclude some and not others. So, I mean, that was correct. Although some states have line item vetoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
In 1998, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that those infected with HIV are protected by the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yeah, I don't go for that.
In 1998, Microsoft Windows 98 was released to the public. And now how many we had since then?
Well, we're on Windows 11, 12, 11. We're on Windows 11, and there hasn't really been much movement on Windows since 10. In fact, I would say probably 90% of your computers right now that are running Windows at all are still running Windows 10. But it's going to be taken out of service here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, it may not even be being supported right now. But most computers are still running on it because a lot of computers
I don't
now.
think they are supporting 10 now.
Well, see, the problem is a lot of these computers, and I've got a boatload of them upstairs, they won't run Windows 11. And that's the issue. The issue is if you don't run Windows 10, you're going to have to buy a new computer.
I got 3 or 4 laptops that
Yeah.
won't run 11.
Yeah.
And in 2000, a Florida judge approved a class action lawsuit to be filed against the America Online, which was AOL,
Right.
on the behalf of hourly subscribers who were forced to watch pop-up advertisements.
So what was the result of that? Did they make them take the ads off?
If you were hourly,
You got to sue them.
yeah, you got to sue them. I don't know what the
But did they
result of
win?
the lawsuit was.
We don't know. See, those are the details we need, Jerry. You bring that minutia up, and then you don't
But
follow through.
we can figure it out. I mean,
No, he's going back to Gadget or
Gemini.
Charlie needs references here.
Well, I just want to read it correctly.
Well, you know, the first.
What happened?
Is it listening to me?
It's
Let me try again here. A Florida judge approved a class action lawsuit to be filed against America Online, AOL, on behalf of hourly subscribers who were forced to view pop-up advertisements. Did the class action lawsuit go through?
watching paint.
There we go. Yes, the class action lawsuit against American Online on behalf of hourly subscribers were forced to view pop-up advertisements didn't go through. A Florida judge allowed the class action lawsuit to proceed in 2000. The lawsuit argued that hourly subscribers were being unfairly charged for time spent viewing or closing pop-up ads, as this time was counted towards their billable online hours.
And that would make sense.
While the exact details of the final resolution can be complex with class action lawsuits, it was reported in 2002 that AOL agreed to pay a settlement of $15.5 million to resolve the lawsuit over complaints related to the software and billing practices, which likely included issues like the pop-up ads for hourly users. It is important to note that AOL has been involved in several class action lawsuits over the years for various issues, but the one specifically regarding the pop-up ads for hourly subscriber was allowed to proceed and ultimately settled. There you go, just getting your answer.
Now, this was one of those ones, of course, in a class action, the people who sue are supposed to get the money back.
Well,
This
the
was-
lawyers get about half of it.
They're
and they
supposed
split
to.
the rest
This
out.
wasn't one of the ones where somebody files a lawsuit, they get fined, and the government keeps the money.
No, I don't think so. All right, here we go. We got birthdays today. We're getting here a little late today. Mike Mosier, his birthday today. Venus Lanham,
It's not like we're under a lot of
Atlanta
pressure.
Yeah.
Fair. I got a bunch of them, so shoot.
Go ahead.
Austin West, Don Rader, Thomas Cole. Man, he's got a nickname, and I can't remember his nickname right offhand.
Well, we probably don't want to hear it, Charlie.
No, it's a good nickname. He used to be a softball player, pitcher. I'm trying to think of what they called him.
Well,
I don't know.
all
I'll
the
try.
more
I'll
reason why
think
we
of
don't
it.
want to hear this.
Peyton Voss, Angela Schmidt, Brett Roberts, Sherry Harding, Vicky Saxton, Mike Horsley, Downtown Teddy Brown, Carmen Sparks, Brian Schultz, and Laura Mosling. They're all birthdays today.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah.
That's
Joanne says waffle.
Waffle. That's it. Yep, that's it. Thank you, Joanne. That's right. Waffle's birthday today. All right, we do have some. We do have some celebrity birthdays. Carly Simon. You're so vain. How old's Carly Simon today?
72.
Higher.
Wow. 76.
Higher. Rachel, chime in. Carly Simon, higher than 76.
79.
Higher than 79.
84.
Lower.
81.
Just a little bit higher.
82.
There you
82.
go.
There you go. Ricky Gervais.
I have no idea who it is.
He's a,
He's a comic
Latin comedian.
Yeah. He's an actor.
Oh, I unplugged the microphones.
Oh, jeez. Ricky Gervais.
Doesn't he do like a
He does.
music thing on Saturdays or something?
He does commercials too, yeah. Ricky Gervais.
Well, if one of these guys know who it is, take a guess. Now,
I will say 58.
Higher, but you're in the ballpark.
61.
Higher.
64.
Ding, 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 ding,
There you
ding.
You're welcome.
64.
I didn't know where to start.
All right, this next one I have to check again because it just seems like it's too. It seems like it's wrong.
What's that?
An age I wrote down.
You're going to do some checking?
I just want to check it real quick.
All right.
I see you looking over there. All right, it's
What is that?
according to this, it's right. Let's see.
What's that? Who are we talking about?
All right,
Charlie?
McKenna Grace. How old's McKenna Grace? Rachel has to guess first.
Who is she?
She is the girl that plays the young girl on the last two new Ghostbusters.
20.
I've only seen the original.
23. Up too high.
We've
We've actually met her,
20.
kind of. Rachel's met her. I have.
20.
20 is just a little bit high.
21.
19.
What is
19.
21, Rachel?
You should have
21.
said Phoebe. If you would have said Phoebe, I would have known.
Hey, it's Phoebe.
That's a little
It's not
Kenna
BB.
Grace is her name.
Isn't BB like
That's her
Netanyahu?
name on there. Vicky Kendall's 19. That's right. Sonia Sotomayor.
Supreme Court Justice.
Yes, sir.
Uh, 65.
Higher.
70.
Just a little bit higher.
71.
71.
Rick's not paying attention.
All right. This lady starred on Petticoat Junction, Lost in Space.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
June Lockhart.
Oh.
Oh, she's still alive?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's what it says. She's still alive.
97.
I was gonna say she's got
Higher.
101.
Just a little bit lower.
100.
100.
Wow.
Wow.
June Lockhart, 100 years old.
Can you
today.
imagine what she looks like?
June Lockhart.
Man.
Jimmy Dynamite Walker. How old's he?
Well, he's still pretty old too.
Yeah, he's 68.
Higher.
70.
Higher.
73.
Higher.
My gosh, that man's old.
Well, I watched him when I was a kid, so he has to be at least.
81.
Yeah. Not that high. Lower.
80.
Lower.
What was the low?
80.
80?
68 to 80.
68 to 80? 69.
Higher.
75.
Vicky Kendall just chimed it in for you.
Well,
78.
I'm not-
78.
I'm not
Thank you,
looking at
Vicky.
that right now.
78. Matt Schaub, quarterback. I think he was with the Texans for a while. He's retired, but he's not been out that long. I'm trying to give you hints here.
34.
Higher.
40.
Higher than 40.
46.
Lower.
43.
Just a little bit higher.
40. Higher.
Yeah. He
What
said,
did you say?
he said 43.
44.
44.
Right.
All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. We got through that. We survived it. All right. Now, chain connection. So, Rachel
Against Jerry.
against Jerry and Rick's the Evil Emperor.
Yeah.
So, you want to come back
Sorry,
over
I'm
and
always
play
the Evil
the
Emperor.
game? She's going to. You're sitting in the same chair over there as you are over here. So if you're back,
Get up and walk.
you're fine.
That's true. You gotta get up and walk.
You gotta get up. Rick's
don't-
phone. Rick's phone even tells him when to get up.
Yeah.
No, my watch.
His watch.
On his
My
watch.
watch does too when
Yeah.
I charge it.
So we're getting ready to play chain connection. Tilly, she just had a birthday a couple days ago. Tilly headline. I can tell you, Tilly is 72.
Okay.
Because TC should be 82. The only reason I know that is because I will be 62, and we're all 10 years apart.
And I'm 72 too.
And you're 72 too. He said 72 too. Yeah,
I'm
2
older than
2.
all of you.
All right. So, Rachel, do you want to go first or pick your column?
Go first.
Go first. Jerry, what column you want? You
Oh.
scoot that way.
I don't
Jerry, do you think you can run it? Do you have the runs?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Column
runs.
B.
Column B. Okay, let me tell you my scores for column A. This is a rough one. 75.
Oh,
For column B, an 80.
so well, that's not much better.
No.
Sound like
There's a
two
couple of them that just threw me.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Rachel.
Good luck. Rick.
No,
Jerry,
Jerry's
do we have
first.
enough time left in the show?
luck.
Yeah,
to be
we
able to
do.
Finish this out.
Jerry, you're
We're probably
doing
both going in.
what
Yeah, I
column?
know.
Huh? I think it was B.
You're column A. Column B. Jerry's going first, right? Or you
No,
want
I
to go
said-
first?
She's going first.
All right, navel O.
Orange.
Orange, right. Orange J.
Juice.
Juice B. Don't tell her. Oh, Tilly's only 71. Sorry, Tilly. I'm 61 right now.
Juice box.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't listen to him.
I'm sorry, Rachel. I
Don't
thought
listen
sure
to
that'd be
him.
there.
Hey, that makes sense though.
Fine D.
Fine D.
Yeah.
Fine details. Fine. Is this one of the ones you had trouble with?
Yeah.
Fine. Fine details. Fine. That's the first thing coming.
Fine D. Dust.
Fine.
Fine D. He's stalling. He's waiting.
No.
Jerry's praying for.
Fine details. I don't know.
All right. Juice B-A.
Juice bar.
Bar.
Bar. Okay. Bar T.
Table.
All right.
Yes.
She said table.
Bar table.
Fine D-I. Oh, Michelle's trying to help you.
Fine DI. Fine DI. Oh, fine dining.
Fine dining is correct.
Thank you, Michelle. I would have never got that.
Dining T.
Table.
Dining table.
Table. There you go.
Table.
Yeah.
Table T.
Tabletop.
Eh.
Tennis.
Okay. Juice bar you got right.
Yep.
Now bar T-A. That's not table. Bar T-A.
I think one of you were a drinker, but
Bar T-A. He's helping you. Oh.
Bar top?
Well, it's bar T-A.
Oh, that's not right then. I don't know.
Bar T-A. I'm waiting for him to chime in.
Oh, bar tab.
Bar tab. There we go.
I tried, Rachel.
I think this was one of the hard ones for me on hers.
I've been out there drinking for 4
Yeah.
years.
Tab K.
Tab. Okay.
Yeah, this was the hard one, I think, for me. Tab K.
Cap.
Cap.
Cap. Cap. K-E-E-P.
Keep. Tab keep. All right. So table T-E.
Mine's T.
Yeah, you didn't get this one yet, right? You got fine dining, dining
Table
table.
tennis.
Table tennis.
Thank
There
you,
you go.
Rachel. Thank you.
Tennis.
Rachel, give me that one.
Tennis R.
Tennis racket.
Tennis racket. Racket B.
Racquetball.
Racket ball. That's right. For the win. Ball G.
Ball
Girl.
game.
Yeah.
Eh.
Really?
Yep. All right. Now I'm gonna give you your word. Well, it's there, right there. See it? Or do you already get that? Did you already get?
What?
Did you already get this one?
Tab.
You already get tab?
Yeah.
Okay. Tab K-E.
Tab key?
Tab key, like key on your,
Oh, your
your phone or your,
Oh.
I was gonna say typewriter. Your
No.
computer. Okay. For the win. Key F. Key F.
key fob?
Key fob is right. She
Good,
wins.
Rachel.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
What happened, Jerry?
What? I got beat.
All right, we got to finish Jerry out. He only had one left.
Right.
Ball, G-O.
Well, that's Michelle's got ball gown on here. So I'll
Could
go
be.
with that.
Ball gown is right.
Oh.
There you
All
go.
right, thank you.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Tilly, sorry I had you a year older, but you're 71 now. See, I'm 61, so that's what. So TC must only be 81. maybe he's the one that starts it. Maybe he'll be, no, I'll probably start it. I'll be 62, then ATC will be 82, and Tilly will be 72. It's probably what it will be.
We go down that, in mine, there's 20 years between me and my son, and there's 20 years between him and his first child. So we got.
That's about the average age too.
That's only me and Crystal. There's 20 years between us.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was 19
what's that?
when I got pregnant with Crystal.
Oh,
Yeah. There's 21 years. 21 years between my oldest child and me. I was 21.
okay. I only have one. And Crystal's what, 23?
Yep.
I'm
I think I've only
60.
got 4.
I just forgot how old he is.
So it's like 38 years difference, something like that. Or 37 years difference right now. Dennis Zerfa, 69. Okay, Dennis. Oh, TC's birthday is in November. He'll be 81. So I'm the one that starts it off. And I just knew we were all, at one time during the year, we're all 10 years apart. Which that would have been yesterday. No, that would be today. I'm only 60. I don't know. It's messing with me. I don't know. Ever since, ever since
that lobotomy, Charlie,
Ever
you've never
since-
been the same.
ever since Tilly and her tata shakes the tatas, it's just, I haven't been the same since. Inside joke here, Tilly. All right. Or no, it wasn't tatas, it's shake your
Oh,
shamrocks.
come on.
Shake your shamrocks.
He keeps tormenting us with all these.
Shake your shamrocks.
Miss-
There we go. All right.
You're going to have to try a different way to get rid of him because that arsenic is just
Not working.
messing up his head.
Oh, listen to you.
Eye drops.
I wanted to put a thing together for our EMA guy. And I think I'll do that for him when he comes. Yeah, Tilly's laughing. She remembers Shake Your Shamrocks. Like, what are the 5 worst natural disasters that's hit the United States? I'd say, well, let's go ahead and ask Gemini that. We'll do it even though he's not here. You guys think about it while I type it in because I don't want him to say it.
9/11.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Well, that's not-
That's not a natural.
That's not a
disaster.
natural disaster.
Well, I can't remember which one of those hurricanes.
Yes, but if we control the weather, are they actual natural disasters?
That's
No,
true.
they're not.
Top 5.
Katrina.
That's the one. I don't know where the Xenia tornado ranks in there. I don't
Oh,
know.
That was
it
bad. That was
I
bad.
know, but it doesn't. I don't think it's
Doesn't come
anywhere in that top tier.
Top 5 natural disasters hit the USA.
Uh,
And you guys can guess also at home. They're just giving me generics.
wonder where the California fires.
That would have been. Yeah,
Well,
wildfires are one.
Yeah, they just give me generics. They didn't give me specifics. Yeah, wildfires, obviously, especially in recent years. That was number 5. Number 4 makes sense too. What did Deanna Learman talk about the other day?
Drones.
No. Steubenville,
Oh, flooding.
flooding.
Yeah.
And what we're going through right now, we're having a
Heat wave.
heat wave, a tropical heat wave. There you go. And droughts as well. That's
The
number
drought,
3.
Yeah, because half have been the Dust Bowl.
Yep.
Would have been
Severe storms, including tornadoes and hail. That would be interesting. What's the biggest hail that the United States seen? And then tropical cyclones like Katrina. What is the biggest hail stone ever found in the United States?
Let's see.
Let's see.
Probably a
The
great
largest
fruit size.
hailstone ever officially recorded
I would
in the
say
United
bigger than
States
that.
was found in Vivian, South Dakota on July 23, 2010. It had a remarkable diameter of 8 inches and weighed 1.94 pounds.
8
Wow.
inches, so you're talking about probably about like that. Well, this is 8.5 by 11,
Like a small cantaloupe.
so
Yeah.
about like
Jeez.
that. And it was how much? 1.9, 8 inches and weighed almost 2 pounds.
Jeez.
You get hit by that.
You're done.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's about like that size right there. So yeah, that's
Turn out the lights because the party's over.
that's huge. What are the top 5 specific national disasters that have happened in the United States?
Ranking the top 5 specific natural disasters in U.S. history is challenging as impact can be defined by fatalities, economic cost, or long-term societal change.
Right.
However,
Here we go.
here are 5 events that consistently appear among the most significant. 1900 Galveston
Good.
Hurricane, Texas. This remains the deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history, with an estimated 8,000 to 12,000 fatalities. The Category 4 hurricane brought a devastating storm surge that completely
Was that
inundated
Katrina?
Galveston Island, forever
Galveston,
changing the city's trajectory
Texas,
and leading to the construction of
1900.
the Galveston seawall.
Oh,
2.
well, and part of
Hurricane
that was
Katrina,
that they didn't know it was
2005,
coming.
One of the costliest natural disasters in U.S. history, Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans and the Gulf Coast. While direct fatalities were around 1,800, the economic damage exceeded $200 billion, inflation adjusted, and the storm exposed significant vulnerabilities in infrastructure
Yeah,
and
Rick's falling
emergency
asleep.
response, leading to widespread displacement
Well,
and
they
long-term
can hear
recovery
that, right?
challenges. 3.
Me yawning?
1936 North American
the-
heat wave, Dust Bowl. While not a
Dust
single
Bowl.
event, the prolonged drought and associated heat waves of the 1930s, known as the Dust Bowl, had a profound and widespread impact. It led to
You
mass
said that
migration,
earlier.
agricultural collapse across the Great Plains, and thousands of deaths from heat stroke and dust pneumonia. It remains the benchmark for drought severity in U.S. history. 4. 1906 San Francisco earthquake, California. This magnitude 7.9 earthquake and the subsequent
7.9.
fires
Wow.
decimated San Francisco,
Wow.
causing an estimated 700 to 3,000 deaths and widespread destruction. It was a pivotal event in the history of seismology and urban planning in California. 5.
Whatever happened to
Tri-state
that
tornado,
building
1925.
that was in San
The deadliest
Francisco
single tornado in
that
U.S.
was
history.
leaning?
This powerful F5 tornado carved a 219-mile path
It
across
had
Missouri,
sunk into the
Illinois,
ground.
and
It was like a
Indiana
leaning
on
tower
March
of
18,
pizza, only it was a
1925, killing 690
it was a building that had people living in it, and I don't know if very expensive apartments and that. I wonder, because they were, I don't know whether they were talking about having to tear it down or
Where was this?
San Francisco.
Oh.
It was a condominium building that was leaning.
worst? I don't know. Good morning, Jeffrey Schuessler. Happy hump day. See you later. Got to get busy. Dennis. Earthquake during World Series. That was scary. I remember that. San Francisco
That was
earthquake.
on the air.
San
Yeah.
Francisco against Oakland because it was the Battle of the Bay out there.
Yeah.
San Francisco against Oakland. So,
Which that's interesting because you're talking about two teams that were literally right there in the same spot.
Right.
And they have a earthquake right there in the same spot.
Yeah.
it's crazy. Crazy. So that's, and people, you do need to be careful out in this heat.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. Make sure you got plenty of water. A friend of mine, he's setting up at the flea market up in Columbus today, and I'm like, he said he's already went through like 2 gallons of water just drinking.
So he's outside.
Yeah,
Does he have a tent or a
I don't
tarp or
think
something?
so. This is a flea market. It's funny. You get up there really early in the morning, like around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's usually over by 11 or noon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the Columbus. It's at that drive-in theater. Like if you go 270 east, and it's like second or third exit. You get off and turn left, and you go down. It's on the right. I'm trying to think of the name of the theater. It's not Skyborn or anything like. I know that's what Rick's thinking.
The Skyborn. Imagine Charlie picking that theater of all drive-in theaters.
There's not too many drive-in theaters left.
It's not I don't think the Skyborn's there. anymore.
Probably not.
No. They,
Talking about,
I just beating you to the punch. I was like,
Skyborn, that's, back in the day when SAC was there at the Air Force Base, it was right there across from the Skyborn. And you could literally look down the flight line where all the B-52 bombers were there. And they would, of course, when I grew up in Beaver Creek, at night we'd hear them because they had to start the planes every so often.
All right.
You'd hear them all, starting up and roaring and all that. Well, the Skyborn was, they were right across from there. So I can imagine what that would have done to trying to watch a movie there sometime.
well, they didn't care about the sound anyhow.
you're talking about the heat.
Well, it wasn't an adult drive-in theater till later in its existence.
Oh, okay.
I think at first it, was a regular.
It was legit.
Regular drive-in theater, but I think that obviously as times got tougher, they went that direction.
Yeah. If you, in this heat, if you've got any animals that are outside, man, check on them.
Yeah.
And most importantly,
Bring them in.
yeah, don't let them outside on the
Blacktop.
pavement
Yeah.
or the
Right.
asphalt, because their paws can get burnt very quickly,
Right.
and they will.
Yep.
Right. Yep. We were trying to explain that to somebody last night. Just went in one ear and out the other. So, but it is what it is. So tomorrow, like I said, we got the Fayette County Connection coming in. If you've never watched the Fayette County Connection show, I would encourage you to, because
It's probably
They
one
get-
of the funnier
they get off the apple cart pretty quick.
shows that we do during the week.
Plus, we have nationally syndicated.
And
Fisherman.
Steve comes in because
Yeah,
Steve's one of the Rat Pack now.
yeah, yeah. Well, you're just a big rat, that's all. And then Friday, who do we have Friday? We got somebody Friday.
What do we got coming up at the Murphy Theater?
Oh, a bunch of free movies for kids in
Yeah,
July.
in July.
Yeah, next Tuesday, which would be the first week in July, they have trivia here in Charlie's, where we are broadcasting from.
Oh, this week we're supposed to have John Warden and Bill Learman on Friday.
Right.
But Bill sent me a text yesterday. He said I hadn't been able to confirm with John Warden yet. John Warden is another Major League Baseball player.
Well, then
And-
what will Bill talk about?
Bill talks about anything. we gotta keep Bill in control. That's all. He's like the human version of the Tasmanian devil.
Well, yeah, especially when he plays the game. Bill loves the games.
I've got a game specifically for him for tomorrow. I was
Uh-oh.
going to use it today, and I thought I'll just wait for the. Well, actually, I may do it Thursday instead of tomorrow, because I may get Travis on it.
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Yeah, but Bill comes on Friday. I said Bill originally. I think I'll give it to Travis. This little quiz, because he's a big sports nut too. So, mine is inside soaking up the air conditioning, all 125 pounds over.
I'm hoping that's.
Is that a
dog.
horse?
That's a dog that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Man.
Hopefully it's not Ron. Ron, she beats the crap out of Ron all the time.
The dog?
No, Vicky.
Oh.
she goes after him. Yeah, but tomorrow we'll have Fayette County Connection. Friday, John Warden and Bill Lerman. But don't forget, Friday night, food truck rally. And I was going to tell you who was coming to that, and I haven't done that yet.
Well, we know that one of them's Robo Pizza.
No, not Friday night.
When are they coming here?
They're coming here next Monday.
Next Monday.
Okay.
And then is Dustin coming in Tuesday?
I
think Tuesday's his day.
No, his is a week away. Robo Pizza's next Tuesday. Monday's Tom Breckle.
So he's a week from Tuesday.
Yeah. All right, here we go. People coming to the food truck rally. Home cooked vibes. Don't know about them. The Tea Trailer. Holmes Custom Woodworking. This one just cracks me up. Hot Flash Eats. Hot Flash Eats.
Huh.
I don't know. Everything's rare. Little Bear will be there.
Well, Little Bear is at Destination Outlets, isn't it?
Yes.
So they have a physical brick and mortar
Yes.
location at Destination
I
Outlets.
know.
Where
Sedale.
the
I know, Sedale.
where the old
You know?
Yeah, 51st Dates.
Oh, okay.
51st Dates is coming here Friday, and then the Leonard Skinner tribute's here Saturday.
Okay.
Mama G's Cool Treats will be there. That just sounds good. I don't even know what she's serving, but that sounds good. Highland Designs will be there.
Island Designs, is that like a slushy, slurpy?
Well, he's also bringing in non-food vendors too.
So that's
So
probably a non-vendor.
I'm thinking that's a non-food vendor.
What is it, a cabinet shop?
Well, Holmes Custom Woodworking is there. Highland Designs, I wonder if they're like a
Mug company.
t-shirt, mug, hat.
Well, that might be a good thing to check out, Charlie.
Yeah, that might be.
Since-
I'm gonna,
since you're gonna
I'm
have
gonna
these-
call Nancy right
Since
away.
you've got these new hats that you're gonna be pumping out.
Yeah, I wonder what that'll cost me. Of course, she's going out of business, so she might make me a heck of a deal.
Well, if she has a bunch of purple hats in stock. But
Well, if she doesn't, I could go with royal blue. Royal blue with gold letters. Well, that used to be Sabina's high school colors. For the blue, for the gold. And I don't remember the rest of the words, but that was the beginning of their fight song. And they had the mascot, Ernie the Eagle.
Ernie the Eagle.
Yep, that was their
wow.
mascot. Sabina. Yeah.
The Sabina Eagles,
Yeah. Golden Eagles.
the Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles.
Singing
Well,
Spring was
that's another school up north in Madison County.
Rick, is that one of the ladies from your Let's Get Personal out there?
You mean? No, Jerry, I think that's your dinner date.
Oh.
She said something about helping someone mow some grass.
Oh, that was funny. That's a big dog, Vicky Kendall says, or 125 pounds. That was
What's in you frozen yogurt?
What's what?
In you frozen yogurt.
Will probably be
New
there.
frozen yogurt will probably be there.
New frozen yogurt?
NU, she says, new
As
frozen
compared
yogurt.
to old frozen yogurt?
I guess. I think I'd like to have my frozen yogurt newer rather than older, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think there's such a thing as aged frozen yogurt,
I don't know, there might be.
like wine.
Yeah. Like cheese?
Yep.
Anybody that eats cheese curds would love new frozen yogurt.
I love cheese curds. Matter of fact, I had some cheese curds Monday. Did you guys see the pretzel she ate?
Cheese curds. Is that like cottage cheese?
No, it's cheese curds. It's just
It
cheese
sounds
Deep
fried, deep fried
It
cheese.
sounds disgusting.
It's good. It's actually really good.
Good.
Comes from original Nate's from Wisconsin. So.
Well, that's one of those things I won't try.
Last night I had me a High Point burger last night.
And that's like a big boy.
I started
Yeah,
to come down
yeah.
there last night.
You should have.
Only-
They didn't have very many cars.
Charlie, the question that everybody wants to know though
Yeah.
is, did you get the extra patty?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's too hot to eat that much. But then I did get on the side, I got some
Coleslaw.
mini corn dogs.
Mini corn dogs.
Yeah, which there wasn't very many of them, so it was all
Do
right.
they have sticks in them?
No, these were mini corn
Oh.
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
These just pop in.
They just
You're
pop
ready to
right
It's
go.
like a little cocktail weenie.
Yeah, about that size. A little smaller than that even.
Really?
and then we had a avalanche, right?
Right.
Is that what they're called?
Avalanches. Yeah.
Is that a
It's
drink?
got slush. Your
So
slush
slushy and
pop up.
ice cream together,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
which was it was really good.
And I had a
I had a
great.
watermelon one.
I had great.
Watermelon
Yeah,
avalanche.
Yep. I had a great chicken wrap.
it's not an avalanche; it's a glacier.
Like,
A glacier.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
Charlie,
it's called.
what was our word of the day today?
The word of the day was
Thin pad.
destigmatizing, removing negative association from a condition.
Oh.
Like we're trying to remove the Wi-Fi from our great condition of getting the show on.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know what the connection problem is, but I'm gonna come back in and do some, I've gotta do some organizing and cleaning anyway.
And this is kind of an interesting final thought today. It's from
Oh, yeah.
Carly Simon.
You have a final thought from Carly?
Carly Simon, yeah. You usually can't tell what is inspiring you until you look back on it. You usually can't tell what is inspiring you until you look back on
Yeah,
it.
that's not a very inspiring thought.
Well, you look back and you wonder why we do some of these things. You look
Well, I
back.
look back and think, wonder why I did a lot of things.
Why, yeah. What was
Most
the
of the time I do
motivation?
know.
What was the inspiration to do that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's the rabbit
Sex,
hole. Right
drugs, or rock and roll?
That's
That's right. MC, or no, not MC, MSGA. I gotta get this.
MSGA.
MSGA.
Put it in all my Oriental.
That sounds like salt or something.
As I said, it sounds like the stuff MSG that they put
Yeah,
in.
MSGA, baby.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's been
Love
fun, and we want to thank the Wi-Fi at the Murphy Theater for screwing up again today. Well, I'm going to now that I have eliminated the iPad as having some corruption on it. It's got the next situation will be we'll check it, and I restarted the router, so it's not the router.
It's the Iranians, I'm telling you.
I think it is.
It's those
Activision.
hacktivists, yeah.
There you go.
The hacktivists are after us.
yeah.
All right, well, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll
Yep.
try again tomorrow. Worst comes to worst, you just get us old school with no commercials for 2 hours. We've done it 2 days in a row, and we survived.
That's
Yes.
right. We have.
Well, I threw in my own little commercials there.
All right.
Talk to you later.
All right,
Bye,
see y'all.
everybody.
Oh, well, boy, Rachel.